Dark Discoveries is a podcast that dives into the darker corners of history, mystery, and the downright bizarre. We discuss real events that may include graphic details, adult themes, and strong language, not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
We're here to inform, entertain, and maybe make you laugh nervously in public, but never to glorify criminals or make light of victims. Our research is thorough, but hey, we're not perfect.
We don't claim to be historians, so if we get something slightly off, blame Jackie. All opinions are our own, and sometimes even those are questionable.
Welcome to Dark Discoveries. I am Jackie, and I'm joined with my co-host,
Jimbo.
And Dustin.
Hey, he remembered his name. All right. We're going to kick it first off over to Jimbo because I believe we have a beautiful, fun, new game.
Oh, yeah. You know what time it is.
God again.
Oh, yeah. It's not going to be as much fun when you slay them all, Dustin.
Well, I feel like this is a video game intro.
Dances with dragons.
A video game I didn't finish.
All right, Dustin.
You know the rules.
You know the rules. You have no weapons. You don't know what you're fighting. You got to give us 3 random numbers off the top of your head, 1 to
7.
100. Oh, we got a 7.
7,
17.
17,
77.
and
Ooh.
77.
The power of 7.
Compels you.
All right. To start us off tonight, you have a toothbrush shiv.
All right, fits the prison.
Yes. Followed by a spiked baseball bat.
Hey.
That's not half bad. And a soggy waffle to round it out.
Well, he's eating that while he's fighting,
Yes,
for sure.
that's good. So, yes, toothbrush shiv, soggy waffle.
Didn't they teach you never eat soggy waffles?
And spiked baseball bats.
Sounds pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good.
Or it was shredded wheat, whichever, north, south, east, west. But
All right, Dustin, tonight you'll be taking on the infamous Wendigo.
Ooh, nice.
Dustin, do you know what a Wendigo is?
tell the people what a Wendigo is.
No, I'm asking you what is a Wendigo.
It will not eat your baby.
That's a dingo.
Close enough.
It's a Wendigo is what it's not a Wendigo.
Oh, Winnebago?
A Wendigo is a large ghostly beast that feasts on human flesh.
All right.
The creature is of North American origin, and since Native American tribes did not possess a literally tradition until settlers from Europe arrived in the Western Hemisphere. Information on Wendigos was preserved in their oral history. Therefore, it is impossible to be precise for certain which version of the Wendigo lore are the most ancient or the most reliable. So, Dustin, the Wendigos are often described as being large, fur-covered beasts with savage teeth. They are said to be fast, powerful, and capable of stealthily tracking their prey through forest. Even the most skilled of hunters would have to be careful to avoid being ambushed by a Wendigo. In addition to these dangerous physical attributes, Wendigo are reputed to be able to become intangible phantoms, making it even easier for them to creep up to their victims undetected, their spectral bodies making no sound against the ground. Dustin, I see you over there cheating on your Google machine.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm supposed to go after some type of monster that's going to go invisible.
That's where the soggy waffle
All right, here.
comes into play.
I'm gonna help you out. So here's the dangers and the weaknesses. Okay, so your dangers you got to be on the lookout for because we need you for this podcast. Is its teeth and claws, supernatural strength and speed, and potential intangibility. Its weakness, fire. Boy, that flamethrower would have came in handy this week.
Oh,
huh?
man.
Do I call him my unicorn
And
buddy?
silver.
Well, I don't have silver on my toothbrush shiv. Mm-hmm. I don't have silver. What was my other tool?
A soggy waffle.
My soggy waffle and
a toothbrush,
spiked baseball bat.
shiv,
What are my
and your
spikes made out
spiked
of?
Baseball shiv. I don't know. You better find out.
Okay.
What's a normal spike man? I
don't know.
Well, probably like a baseball cleat because you're not going to spend money on your weapons. So.
Rusty nails.
Yeah, Rusty. There you go.
Maybe I made a spiked baseball bat with silver spikes to
That would be awfully convenient.
maybe fight off vampires or something.
Dustin, would you like to phone a friend and call in your friend the Pegasus?
No, I'm going to save him because
Oh, nice.
you got that soggy waffle. I'm going to go ahead and crisp it up a little bit on the little fire that I got going next to me. And I'm going to take a big old dookie right on that waffle.
Every time.
The waffle.
And that Wendigo is going to come up and smell that waffle. But the smell of garlic and beans is going to and Chinese food is going to make him get sick.
Gonna make me.
He's
get
going
sick.
to try to eat that waffle and he's going to get sick.
Just remember to spray with pooperia before.
And when he sticks his head down to eat that stinky waffle, I'm going to bludgeon him to death.
Okay,
And then
so
I'm going to take that shiv. I'm going to stick it right up its ass.
which end? The pointy end or the toothbrush end?
The pointy end. We're going to shiv it. And we're going to run away.
Okay, why did you let a Pegasus live, but you won't let a
Wendigo. Wendigo.
Because
Whatever.
Has a Pegasus ever killed anybody? This Wendigo is a vicious monster. You didn't say, oh, the Wendigo's so loyal, it'll just follow you wherever you
Wendigo,
go.
not Wendigo.
Wendigo.
Watch my Wendigo on Fandango.com.
It's a bad creature, and we don't need no bad creatures.
All right,
around
so are you skinning it? What are you doing with the carcass? You just leaving it for the wolves?
Once you kill it, you just leave it. Like, there ain't no point in... I'm just trying to figure out how many times I can poop on waffles and get out of this mess.
Do you pick your waffle back up when you're done to call in your Pegasus to store your soggy waffle in your backpack?
No, because it ain't soggy no more because you covered it in poop and you made it not soggy.
So it's not soggy after you...
Not anymore because you throw it over the fire, get it to crisp up a little bit.
I'm not having fun.
All right, Jackie, what's his survivability rate?
I don't want to think about it.
On the poopy Wendigo.
It's a shitty situation.
I'm just to get this over with. I'm going to say 4.
Well, so 4 out of 10, I'm going to win.
I'm going to give you a 3.5.
There you go.
Just for creativity.
Yeah.
But from here on out, no more bodily functions on these, please.
I was gonna say I've lost the fun. The magic.
You're the
is
one that
gone.
gave him a soggy waffle.
I didn't think it was going to be gross. I thought he would throw it at him.
Dustin.
What are you going to do? It's just going to buy you a little bit of time. I got to get it where it's sniffing, trying to figure this out so I can
Oh, my
bludgeon it.
Lanta.
All right, so we're going to be moving on from that conversation. Tonight we've got a couple of fun stories, and then we got Dustin's story.
Hey, it's a
I'm
good story.
kidding. But how do we want to kick this off? Dustin, do you want to go first?
Why not? We've had this episode
Since before we started talking about
since
the podcast.
before
Jackie,
episode
BJ
1.
before Jackie.
Yeah, before me.
So I have the life and crimes of Billy Dean Anderson.
Any relation?
Could be.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We're Andersons. We're related to everybody.
What about the city of Anderson? Is that...
I'm sure if the person come from the coal mines of Kentucky, we're probably related.
Well, you might be rich and you don't know it.
Nah, we ain't rich. The rich side of the family that married into the Andersons was excommunicated.
Oh, no.
For marrying outside of their social class.
Oh, they met outside their family.
So the rich side just turned their back on them because she married into a not affluent family. So that's the story. And now for the rest of the story. All right. So Billy Dean Anderson was a man who lived with a Bible in one hand and a revolver in the other. That damn car's been by 4 times. So if you've listened to the last few episodes, you've probably heard it. Mm-hmm. He was a man who could preach fire and brimstone on Sunday and rob a bank on Monday. And then he'd disappear in the Appalachian Mountains like a mist or a ghost in the wind. Unlike his rap sheet, that rap sheet didn't disappear like he did. It followed him. So Billy Dean was born July 12th, 1934 in Pall Mall, Tennessee. A small town along the Tennessee-Kentucky border. He was raised by his grandparents, and Billy attended Rotten Fork Elementary School. What a name for a school. Mm-hmm. It's better than Stinky Creek or something like that.
What's their mascot?
I don't know, probably a Rotten Fork.
Soggy Waffle.
So keep in mind, 1934 Kentucky life.
Oh, yeah. Rough.
I don't think they knew there was depression going on.
Because they were already in it?
Because it never changed.
Right. Yep, exactly.
It was, like I said, you get into a lot of rural. Kentucky is a beautiful state. I think it's starting to come out of some of its poverty. Mm-hmm. But you get into the Appalachian Mountains and you get deep into the hills and hollers, and it's a different world. Mm-hmm. And especially back then. Like I said, Billy attended Rotten Fork Elementary. Like I said, you got Stinky Creek. I think it's pretty not very far away. Look at all them places.
I know,
you go
they
down
all got them weird names.
Versus doing his homework and his schoolwork, he preferred to doodle. He would only make it to the 8th grade before deciding his education just wasn't something he wanted to pursue. But Billy did find a purpose in religion and began studying the Bible with a fever, eventually dedicating his life to becoming a preacher. At 18, he was preaching at the Wolf River Methodist Church, and he was known for his fire and brimstone sermons. But outside the pulpit, his life was a little less saintly. He kind of started hanging out with that rough crowd. He turned to alcohol, and he eventually started drinking before his sermons. In June 1959, Billy would commit his first crime along two friends. The target? Not a bank. Not a rich person's house. But a drive-in movie theater in Jamestown, Kentucky. Fueled by whiskey and a craving for popcorn, Billy pulled his revolver on the usher and demanded cash. They made off with just about $17. Frustrated, Billy did fire a warning shot, which he intentionally missed. But it was the moment that he was cemented his life into something more than just the Bible. From this point, he was going to start, living outside the fringes of the law. $17. You get drunk, you rob it for $17.
But what year was that?
1960, basically. So 1959. So it was probably a little bit more, maybe like $50, $60 now. Not a haul.
No.
Not a haul by any means. The trio hid out in the sanctuary of Billy's own church. But they were quickly captured. As a first-time offender, Billy would only serve 4 months. Now you get like armed robbery. You get about 20 years just right off the cuff. That's why if, people rob a bank, they give them a note or they allude to something in their pocket, because once you brandish that gun, charges are higher. But keep in mind, only 4 months for that escapades. He would spend the next year causing trouble in Fentress County, Kentucky. In 1960, he was arrested for robbing and beating up an elderly man. During the trial, he escaped by leaping out of the second-story courthouse window, and he fled to the mountains before he was recaptured. On the advice of his lawyer, he was told to practice the 3 R's: relocate, relax, and rehabilitate. What'd Billy do? He moved to Muncie, Indiana. My grandpa always shared when he was a youngin', he was born in 1930, they would teach them the 3 R's: reading, writing, and the road to Muncie. And because Muncie was huge, factory jobs, Ball, GM, all the stuff was going on. Grandpa had a job, didn't like the way it was ran, quit one job, went to the factory next door. I mean, that's just how it was. It was a booming town at the time. But a little fun fact on that 3 R's, I read a newspaper article that till this day, or at least the last 10 years, Jamestown, Kentucky, people still leave for Muncie all the time. The jobs are long gone. But if you're in a place that just doesn't have it, you're going to go with what you know.
Yep.
Muncie might still be better than where they're at, though.
I don't know. That's Muncie was, Delaware County was at one point the meth capital of the world. So it's a lovely place now, let me tell you. Still home, but it's a lovely spot. The town, like I said, was known for its factory jobs and seemed like a really good place for Billy to have a fresh start. But the bottle had a stronger pull than the paycheck did. Shortly after arriving, Billy was arrested on a weapons and abuse charge. The court was unaware of his past and allowed him to plea for contributing to the delinquency of a minor. So that's the second time he's probably got off pretty easy. While serving his time, he escaped through a ventilation shaft and was free for only about 6 hours. Despite multiple charges, he kept receiving light sentences and early release for good behavior. He was earning the reputation as being a model prisoner. I don't get where that comes from, but like I said, it's easier to arrest and then figure it out and let him go. Once out, he drifted from job to job. He was a mechanic, an artist, a farmer, and one of my favorite things is I don't know if he had the proper credentials for this, but it said he was a tree surgeon. I didn't know cutting limbs off a tree made you a surgeon.
Was he part of the great maple syrup?
Nice.
That, I think, was later. I can't remember the year. That was weeks ago. But he kept landing in trouble. After a drunken brawl at a pawn shop, which left him hospitalized, pretty sure he got almost beat to close to death. They beat the shit out of him. Was in the hospital. Would that straighten you up? I don't know. We're going to find out. Billy returned to crime with a new crew. In January, they robbed the Cozy Lodge Tavern in Muncie, making off with $2,600. But, they left under gunfire. They were shooting at him as they were leaving. Billy was caught, but he quickly escaped through an air duct in broad daylight. So, he's getting arrested, sneaking out. He would flee back to Tennessee, and he ended up shooting one of his friends during a poker game that first day back. Though the friend didn't press charges, Billy was soon arrested on a warrant and sent back to Indiana, only to escape again. This time from the Indiana State Farm.
I think my car insurance is due.
Now, using the aliases like Dean Anderson, James Forster, and this has a little bit of dignity to this one, William David Upchurch.
Oh, the full three-namer.
Oh, yeah. Every good criminal goes by 3 names. And every kid that gets in trouble gets called out by his 3 names. So.
Jackie doesn't say that to her girls, do you? You don't use all their full name, do you?
Have you ever heard my child introduce herself?
I'm Evil Knievel.
I'm Abigail Joy. Yep.
Billy would drift through jobs enough to collect a paycheck, and then he would vanish. Eventually, he became a farmhand near Bowling Green, Kentucky. One day, he robbed the Park City Bank. He stormed the vault and made off with $13,000. As he fled back to Tennessee, a state trooper pulled the car Billy was in over. Ironically, not for robbery. Panicking, Billy opened fire, hitting the patrol car and grazing the trooper. The stray bullet struck the passenger in his spine. Billy's passenger in the spine. After being hit twice in the stomach, Billy did surrender. He would recover under armed hospital guard and was sentenced to 10 years for armed robbery and assault. Without alcohol in prison, Billy became a model inmate again and rededicated his life to God. He would take up painting. He was particularly fond of painting muscular portraits of Jesus. And was granted early release.
Niche category.
Yeah. He would be granted release in 1966. Once again, not serving his full time. Tennessee, however, didn't want him back and officially banished him. Huh. How can, if that's where you're from, how can you banish him? That's what I want to know. But Billy couldn't stay out of trouble. In late 1966, he drunkenly ran a Fentress County sheriff off the road, so he's back in
Trouble again.
Tennessee again. When confronted, Billy tried to shoot the sheriff at point blank range.
But he didn't shoot the deputy.
But in comedic fashion, the gun didn't fire. And guess what? He was arrested again. In 1970, despite being banished from Indiana as well, he would return to Muncie and work at a gas station. He pulled a gun on a customer over $5 worth of gas and was sentenced to 10 to 25 years.
Jeez.
But was paroled in 2.
He's the luckiest guy I think I've ever heard of.
Let's just keep releasing. He was soon arrested one more time for trying to rob a liquor store. When the silent alarm went off and police arrived, Billy pulled the trigger on a stolen military rifle. But what happened again?
Gun jammed.
The gun misfired. He would surrender and post bond. How do you get bond? I know technology is not there, but at some point, the state of Indiana has to have enough to be like, we ain't giving you bond.
Yeah.
In October 1973, Billy and 2 accomplices would rob the Farmers Bank in Moreland, Indiana, escaping with $12,000, and they would blow through a police roadblock. Later in December, they would be caught trying to break into a honky-tonk with a sledgehammer. When officers arrived, Billy would open fire, wounding 1, and he was arrested again in 1974 and charged with multiple crimes, including attempted murder of a police officer. On August 6, 1974, Billy would escape prison again by cutting through a steel wall and a heavy-duty lock with another inmate, while his accomplice was captured.
What did they use?
A shiv toothbrush.
I don't know how you can keep getting this lucky.
Well, and I understand that time and that era was all about the reforming of prisoners and like getting them back out into society and everything. But at some point, wouldn't you start looking at the actual rap sheet?
You would think.
My opinion. Yeah.
And I don't know if like the counties just didn't
have the communication.
Didn't communicate with other counties in the state and other states.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw that, in criminal cases and everything. Up until, 2010 when they started getting databases together.
You would think at some point they would be like, okay, this guy, we've had so much problem. When you start to get a reputation in a town, you would think that they would finally communicate and say, hey, we're not going to let this happen. But like you said, that you don't communicate and you break the law in one state, you just go to the next, and you're kind of, because it's not a federal crime, you just kind of move on. Mm-hmm. In January 1975, the FBI added Billy Dean Anderson to their 10 most wanted fugitives list. He hid out in the mountains near Jamestown, Tennessee, living in a cave for, 4.5, 5 years. He survived with the help from moonshiners and local who admired or pitied him, honestly. Most people either didn't know the extent of his crimes or simply just didn't believe him. During this time, he would stay painting, particularly religious art and muscular Jesuses. On July 7th, 1979, just days before his birthday, Billy went to visit his mother to get supplies. Acting on a tip, possibly from an informant known as Mountain Man, the FBI tracked him down. Though the stories vary, it is widely accepted that agents shot him twice in the back. Billy would die instantly. To some, Billy remains a folk hero. an outlaw preacher who turned a fugitive, one who could charm a town and escape a prison. But behind the legends lies a trail of crimes, violence, and missed chances for redemption. Any final thoughts on this outrageously lucky criminal?
That's just it. I mean, he escaped a total of how many times?
Oh, it's at least 5 or 6. I mean,
it's insane.
I wonder if you can find like his total rap sheet still, like how many charges he had.
I'm sure public record you can. I didn't dive in because, like I said, we did this and.
But it'd be interesting to see how many he had because you've already said about 7 or 8 since we've been sitting here.
Yeah,
I know.
And he had a long one before that.
State to state, you can look up cases based on names, social security numbers, things like that. I know Indiana has My Case, which so many people absolutely love.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a wonderful thing, but I wish more states had an open database like that because, like you say, once you go from one state to the other, it's harder to track that information.
And there was a documentary done about him. It was on PBS, I think. I don't know why I didn't put that in here.
Did you watch it?
I watched a little bit, but I'm not going to pay for something.
Fair.
Free previews. Oh, well, that was good while it lasted.
So it's called A Long Hard Streak, if anybody has watched that or cares to.
It's a terrible name.
Long and hard, baby.
Terrible.
Streak.
Terrible.
But it's just, you get one guy that is it the Times? Is it are you just a bad egg? But, you start making these bad choices. Was it alcohol? Was it the people? Was it just desperate times?
Yeah.
I do have a story later that is I believe a policeman turned hitman. So
Interesting.
a lot of corruption still back in those times. So
to this day.
just stay tuned if you like these kind of stories because we're going to dive deeper and deeper into them. Who wants to go next?
Why don't you pick?
Pick a number between 1 and 10.
I'll take it. We got it. All right.
It was 7.
I would not have guessed it. All right.
Is that the flamethrower?
No, the flamethrower was
3 or 2.
Yeah, it was in the 2 one, 2, 12, and 22.
So, us Midwesterners, where's a favorite vacation spot for
If you live
In Indiana, like, where do we want to go?
Well, I'm just saying.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yes. Yeah. Beachy. What do you think?
Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Okay.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Well, you both surprised me because most Midwesterners would pick Florida.
Oh, Florida's it.
It's
Sorry.
its own entity.
Sorry, Florida listeners, but I'm not impressed by you.
Okay, all comments made by Dustin are his own.
It's
Come for him.
Okay, Florida's okay from like.
Okay, well, when we get with our friends from Key West, you're not invited.
That's right.
Let's just be
I'm
honest.
going to go have mimosas.
January to March is pretty good. And like late October to January is pretty good.
Well,
May, June, July, it's bad. It's hot. It's humid. It's sticky. It rains at 2:00 and gets even hotter.
we're talking about Indiana or Florida? I was like, it's pretty much the same.
Yesterday.
It gets
We had
hotter here.
a 2-minute rain today. Yeah, it's
So if people don't know Indiana, we're humid for no reason.
good. Well, the corn enjoys
Yeah.
it. And so, all right. Well, today we're going to go to a little town called Vernon, Florida, a sleepy town tucked in the Florida Panhandle with a population of just over 700. 700 people. Just over. That's a very small community. All right. But
That's a village.
yes. But in the 1960s and 70s, Vernon, Florida earned a darker name, Nub City. Why? Because so many of its citizens reported lost limbs and gained massive insurance payouts. Born in 1948, Earl Morris was never a conventional storyteller. A former private investigator turned documentarian, Morris made waves with his offbeat yet intimate portraits of the human condition. In the late 70s, Morris heard rumors about a town where the residents were allegedly maiming themselves for money, and he was hooked. Between 1950 and 1970, more than 2/3 of all American dismemberment insurance claims come from one small town. You guessed it, Vernon, Florida. The statistics were staggering and suspicious. Men claimed freak accidents, car crashes, farming disasters, and hunting mishaps. But patterns emerged. Limbs cleanly lost, payouts collected again and again and again
And again.
and again.
And again. And again.
And again.
Insurance investigators were baffled. Some claims came from people who had taken out multiple policies shortly before the accidents. In one case, a man reportedly injured his leg insured it with 8 companies. He lost it only days later. Yeah. The practice was cruelly simple.
Do you take it at your ankle and then the knee and then the hip, or how are you taking all these limbs?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because the practice was cruelly simple. Use a rifle, a chainsaw, an axe, or just ensure that it's clean enough to look like an accident. He said his list of policyholders in Vernon included a man who accidentally shot his foot off while protecting chickens, another man who lost his hand while trying to shoot a hawk, and a man who had purchased insurance and then less than 12 hours later shot his foot off while aiming for a squirrel.
I want money more than anybody else wants money. Money makes the world go round. I ain't trying to chainsaw a limb off. I ain't trying to shoot a limb off.
So, Earl Morris arrived with cameras, curiosity, and questions, but the town didn't want him. Word spread fast. Locals warned him off. He was chased, threatened, and even physically confronted by relatives of alleged scammers. Morris feared for his safety, and he eventually gave up on the original film idea that he had come to document. Instead of a hard-hitting expose, Morris created a haunting, eccentric portrait of Vernon citizens. Then, in 1981, film Vernon, Florida focused not on fraud, but on oddball characters. A turkey hunter who was philosopher.
Philosopher?
Oh my God. No.
Philosophical?
That's it.
Philosophical.
Okay. No. I can't say the word.
You're using Dustin words over there.
Philosophized.
Wow. That was a rough one.
Bless
Okay.
you.
Will you and Dustin quit using these
What
hard
are you
words?
doing to me, dude? Okay. A preacher obsessed with internal life, a worm farmer with strange wisdom. It was mesmerizing and deeply unsettling to watch this documentary. And it is still a great documentary. If you want to watch it, I would highly anticipate you guys running to YouTube. Vernon, Florida is the name of this. It's out. It is so crazy.
What do you farm? Worms.
So to this day, the term Nub City sends shivers. Some families refuse to speak of it. Insurance companies clammed up. There are no public records naming individuals for these. The truth, as Morris discovered, is buried in silence and denial. And Vernon, Florida remains a town forever marked by rumor, limb, and legend.
You are now entering the Twilight Zone.
Yes. So another gentleman, Mr. Healy, was hired by the Continental National American Insurance to investigate all of these claims. Mr. Healy later wrote, "To sit in your car on a sweltering summer evening on Main Street of Nub City, watching anywhere from 8 to a dozen cripples walking along the street gives this place a ghoulish, eerie atmosphere."
So next time you're at Panama City Beach. Make that 40-minute drive north.
All right, but the real question everybody wants to know, if you're going to lose a limb, what are you losing?
Left arm.
I was going to say my pinky toe. I'm not going for the whole arm. I could lose a toe.
I could lose some digits on my left hand because it's pretty much useless. So.
Yeah. A pinky toe I could hide in a shoe. Nobody know. That's good.
Can't take your big toe. The big toe's your
I
balance.
said my pinky. I didn't say my big toe. Okay.
Big toe's your balance. They say if you lose the big toe, you're in trouble.
Yeah. How about you?
Take my whole left leg and give me a peg leg.
You pirate.
Hey.
I love it. So what have you got for us tonight, buddy?
You thought your guys' stories were good and lucky and crazy. I have got a tale to tell you tonight.
I got to say, I was pretty impressed with mine. I laughed my
Nub
butt off.
City.
I'm gonna look up Vernon, Florida when I get home.
Absolutely.
And
Watch
next
the
time you're
documentary.
going, yeah, we
I'm gonna
Let me
have
know
some
what you
good-
find of it.
I'm gonna have some good
Yeah.
Boone County Jail and Distillery conjugal visit, and I'm gonna sit back.
We don't actually offer conjugal visits here at the Boone County Jail Distillery. It is our line of moonshine, just to clarify. Okay. Yes.
And I'm gonna sit back with a glass, and I'm gonna watch this great YouTube documentary.
Absolutely.
So here we go. We're heading back to the slushy streets of New York City in the
want a
throes of the Great Depression. A time of speakeasies, soup lines, and death plots. But our story isn't just about any murder attempt. It's about one man. A man so drenched in alcohol and bad luck, he accidentally became an immortal legend. I should play the Mortal Kombat song. Mortal Kombat. His name? Michael Malloy. The newspapers would call him Iron Mike. The police would call him a miracle. And his would-be murderers, well, they
Mike
just
Tobacco.
call him a pain in the butt who just would not die.
Oh, no.
This is the story of the drunk who refused to kick the bucket no matter how many times people tried to help him along the way.
Oh, no.
Strap in. To understand Michael Malloy's bizarre brush with infamy, we first need to know the man, or rather, what little was known about him. In the early 1930s in the Bronx, the Great Depression had hit like a sledgehammer. Jobs vanished, breadlines stretched for blocks, and for men like Malloy, an aging Irish immigrant with no steady work, no family, and a strong taste for rot gut liquor, life was little more than a slow stumble between bars and back alleys. Nobody really knew where he came from. No one knew his birthday. What they did know was that Michael Malloy was always drunk, always broke, and crucially, always around. He was what you would call a neighborhood regular. So, Jackie, I'm sure when you had this place open, you had regulars that would come in.
Yes,
correct?
as a matter of fact, several of them came to work for us when we closed. They were all like, we don't want to leave yet.
And for these reasons, it is why he caught the attention of 5 small-time crooks at a local speakeasy. Tony Marino, boy, that sounds like a mafia name, the owner of the bar, sat at the center of this group. A small man with a big dream. He wanted fast money. He'd pulled off a similar scam once before, letting a homeless woman freeze to death in his bar after taking out a life insurance policy on her. The police hadn't caught on. He was feeling pretty lucky. Mm-hmm. So when Michael Malloy shuffled in one day, begging for a drink on credit, Marino had an idea. A grim, greedy, blood-soaked idea. What if we insured him? What if we took out a life insurance policy on this man, this nobody, and then let nature take its course? Or
Little
better
did they know, they could have just done it on his limbs.
or better yet, help him along.
Yeah.
Thus was born the, quote, murder trust.
Uh-oh.
Marino's partners in crime include Joseph Red Murphy, a bartender with a mean streak. Francis Pasca, an undertaker who knew his way around insurance forms.
Oh.
Daniel Kreisberg, another friend looking to get rich quick. And finally, Hershey Green, a cab driver with access to moving weapons cars. So,
Wow.
they've got quite the Suicide Squad here.
I was going to say, I mean, clearly they haven't heard of, two can keep a secret if one is dead.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't know if I'd want to go into business with an undertaker.
Yeah.
Right. So they took out 3 policies in Malloy's name under the alias Nicholas Mallory, worth $3,576, which was a small fortune at that time. They forged a fake identity, bribed a corrupt insurance agent, and listed one of their own as the beneficiary. Now all they had to do was kill him. You might think killing a homeless alcoholic would be easy, but you'd be wrong. They began simply. Marino told Malloy his credit was good for life at his bar. Free drinks all day, every day. The murder trust was convinced that if left to his own devices, Malloy would simply drink himself to death. But Malloy didn't die. He kept drinking day after day, whiskey, gin, antifreeze level liquor. He'd pass out cold only to rise again smiling, asking for another round.
Only thing that really takes away a good hangover is alcohol.
So they stepped their game up.
Yeah.
So how much has he drank in liquor at this point? Because
I'm sure it's astronomical.
they probably didn't make any money.
So here we go. Attempt number 1 on his life. Antifreeze. They spiked his drinks with wood alcohol, pure methanol. Just a few ounces of this stuff is enough to kill a person.
Wow.
But Malloy downed it like lemonade. Nothing. They tried again. This time they gave him drinks that were nearly 100% methanol.
Oh my gosh.
Still nothing. He kept waking
Holy
up.
cow.
A modern medical miracle.
Yeah.
Tip number 2, poison food. They fed him raw oysters soaked in wood alcohol. No effect. They gave him a
That
sandwich.
sounds like a horrible
That's
combination.
a bad night. Yeah, I don't want to.
Wait, they gave him a sandwich filled with shredded metal and carpet tacks. Malloy munched it down and belched.
Oh my gosh.
This guy is a
His
legend.
gut has got to be something.
Can you
else.
imagine? Oh, this has got him.
Oh.
Gosh, imagine pooping out friggin'
Yeah.
tacks and nails.
It's all those oysters.
Attempt number 3, exposure. One freezing night, they dragged Malloy into a park and dumped him in a snowbank. They then poured water on his chest and face, leaving him half naked in sub-zero temperatures.
Let's face it, if he's had all that alcohol, his blood.
The next morning,
Yeah.
he walked back into the bar and asked for a drink.
Oh my gosh.
Attempt number 4, the car. Desperate now, the crew at Hershey Green run Malloy over with a speeding taxi going 45 miles per hour. He bounced off the hood and landed hard and finally disappeared. The gang waited. Days passed. No obituary, no word. And then, yes,
Can I get a drink?
5 days later,
What's it take to
Michael
get a drink
Malloy
around
walked
here?
in with a limp and a bandage on his head asking for another round. He had no memory of what had happened.
Oh my gosh.
At this
He
point,
just keeps going back to the people killing him.
the murder trust was no longer a clever scheme. It was a nightmare. Every attempt failed. They were running out of money, patience, and sanity. So they went back to the basics. Old-fashioned murder. On February 22nd, 1933, after weeks of failure, they got Malloy drunk, as usual. And then, when he passed out, they dragged him to a mattress in the back of the bar. There, Red Murphy took a rubber hose, sealed it around his mouth and nose, and pumped in carbon monoxide from a gas jet.
Oh.
This time, Malloy didn't get back up.
Yeah.
They waited just in case. Then passed him off to Pasca, the undertaker, who buried him quickly under the name Nicholas Mallory.
Wow.
They collected a small portion of the insurance. The rest would come in due time. Finally, they had done it. Or
had
so they thought.
No.
Get me out of here.
I'm really thirsty, guys.
But greed breeds sloppiness, and Marino, drunk and arrogant, started bragging about what they'd done.
Oh no.
Word got around. One informant tipped off the police. When investigators exhumed Nicholas Mallory, They quickly discovered foul play, and Malloy.
I thought you were going to say he was going to sit up. I was like, no.
Wouldn't that be awesome? The press had a field day with this. The man who wouldn't die, Mike the Durable, and Iron Mike were famous headlines. New York tabloids couldn't get enough. Reporters spun this tale of this indestructible drunk into a twisted folk legend. The 5 men of the murder trust were arrested. Red Murphy, in a moment of panic, turned state's witness and confessed everything. In the end, Tony Marino, Francis Pasca, and Daniel Kreisberg were executed in the electric chair at Sing Sing Prison in 1934. Murphy and Green received long prison sentences. Michael Malloy, unknowing, unkillable, unwilling to die, became a legend of Depression-era resilience, a symbol of chaos and dark comedy. Michael Malloy didn't ask to be famous. He didn't ask to be immortal. He just wanted a drink, maybe a warm place to sleep. But fate and a few deeply stupid criminals had other plans. In a world where people were dying of hunger, cold, and despair every single day, somehow Michael Malloy outlived them all. Maybe it was luck. Maybe it was his Irish stubbornness. Or maybe, just maybe, he was too drunk to die. And that is the case of Michael Malloy.
Wild.
So,
What's up with these people getting that many chances?
Yeah, that's just it. And I mean,
do something dumb and it's like game over.
right. I went 1 mile over the speed limit. I get pulled over.
right? Yeah. And
You wanted 2 Big Macs today? Yeah, buddy, you're going to have a heart attack and die.
it just blows my mind that he kept going back in there with no clue.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, if he's going around asking for free drinks and credit and all that, and this guy said, hey, you get free drinks for life.
That's where he's going to be.
That's where I'm going to be from the time it opens till the time it closes.
Oh,
and I'll probably sleep outside till they open back up.
I want to see his bar tab
Oh, I'm
you
sure
imagine?
they lost money on that deal.
Oh, yeah.
and their life.
That is the most important part. Yes. So, oh my
So,
goodness.
Jackie, do we have this week's missing children information?
Yes, I do. Actually, we are going to Rochester, New York today. We are looking for Angel Phillips, missing child case number M5083687775. She's been missing since April 7th of 2025, 16 years old, female. Any information, you can contact the Rochester Police Department in New York at 585-428-6720. We will post all of her information on our social medias. Let's bring all these babies home.
Right. So if you like this episode, remember you can rate us on Apple iTunes. Make sure you tell your friends, tell your enemies. We don't care as long as they want to listen. Download those episodes. Give us a review. If you like Dustin Dances with Dragons, he's been a little soft the last couple of weeks. I don't know what's wrong with him. We're going to
When you
step it
give
up.
me a list that I have to pick from that's totally random.
Well, I'm sorry, you can't have an Apache helicopter.
Every week I'd have a flamethrower. So. But no, you get a toothpick, a toothbrush, and a roll of duct tape.
Hey, you've
MacGyver
had
did
a
it.
couple of good ones.
Yeah.
No, make a raft and float across this river and fight this cyclops or this unicorn.
So, Dustin, where
or this
can
dingo.
people find us on the social medias or get a hold of us?
Pretty much we are at Dark Discoveries Pod or podcast on pretty much every platform. darkdiscoveriespod@gmail.com if you want to shoot us an email. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear. Say hi, where you're from, especially if you're from
Well,
Singapore.
somebody please email Dustin because I hear nobody wants to email me.
If you're the listener from Singapore or Switzerland, drop us a line.
Or if you're Michael Malloy
Oh,
from Beyond the Grave.
from beyond the grave.
Or if you've been attempted to unalive yourself by shady people for like
I was
free
going to say,
drinks.
if you're missing a limb, tell us how you lost it. We'd love to hear it.
Well, diabetes.
Yes.
Well, this has been Dark Discoveries.
Where the deeper you dive.
The darker it gets.